The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
What's happening? What's going on? What's going down? It is Thirsty Thursday right here in the SWBC studio. That is a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Four Center. He is Nate Newton. That is Kurt Daniels.
Yes,
I am Jesse Holley. Together, we are hanging with the boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak. This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. There we go.
Nice.
Right on time, man. Dak Prescott. First, let me say this first. I'm sorry. I apologize. How are you, Kurt?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. You're looking good today in your, you said your volleyball pink out game.
Yeah,
sure.
Today we got our volleyball pink out
right.
game. So hopefully our girls will come to play today and get a dub. They're playing Prestonwood North. So shout out to the Kingdom Collegiate Academy Lady Cougars. Nathaniel, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Jesse. Thank you.
You got a lot of notes written over there, bro.
Yeah, just a little something, man, to get us through the show once we, get started here.
Today's no broad day.
Yeah, I didn't never put on. I've never put on one.
You never put on one?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I wouldn't know.
That's not the truth, is it?
Yeah, nah.
No, I'm talking about what he just said.
Today is no broad day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Breast cancer awareness.
How many have you taken
initiative.
off?
Okay.
What's the over-under on that? Over-under.
What?
50
What's that?
bras.
Oh,
What's that? Me? How many have I taken off?
Yeah.
Stop.
And a court of law, what they say they plead to what?
Fifth.
Yes, and I am.
I think you're way
Yeah.
under projected.
I'm under projected. 50's a low number. I'm selling my boy Nate short. All right. Kurt, I mean your day, Kurt. You was a
No, I was, chill, man. Chill.
those are the ones. Those are the ones that creep up on you. No?
That's pretty good, Chris. That's
I'm
pretty
trying
good.
back here.
That's pretty good, Chris.
All right, man. We got Cowboys versus Eagles. Sunday Night Football heavyweight matchup. We're going to talk about the Eagles offense and the Cowboys defense. What's up, man? What's going on? But first, we're getting closer. Dak Prescott yesterday went to quarterback school. And then from quarterback school, after everyone left the field, Dak Prescott then threw to his receivers. And in that process, Dak Prescott said, felt good. They asked him about zip. He said, ask the receivers. So I always throw with zip. I always got a little pop on the ball.
Nice.
Nate, so why are you rolling your eyes at me, Nate? This is what he said. I'm just reporting what the man said.
And I'm going along with what you're saying, Jess.
I'm just saying.
I'm looking.
I'm not saying he's going to play Sunday. I'm just saying he's getting closer and closer and closer and closer to getting back in the center and back and getting the reins back to this football team.
What did Emmanuel
Acho?
What did he say? That when Dak comes back, if he is what he says he is, the Cowboys should have the highest upside in the NFC. Makes sense, doesn't it? Given the defense.
Yeah.
Winning 4 games without Dak.
No, I agree with you. I think if Dak is who he say he is, and we believe who he is, I believe who he is. I think he's a really, really, really good quarterback. I think right now, still, even the way that Jalen Hurts is playing, if you had to go over a body of work, I think Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC East.
Yeah.
So you couple that with productivity and being able to actually put points on the board and actually complete more than 10 passes with that defense, I agree with Manny.
All right.
You agree?
Yes, I do.
Nate, you agree?
If y'all go along with it, I'll go along with it.
All right. Here's the day. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the day we were going to have when the
No.
This is the day that we're going to
No,
have.
don't do that.
What?
Just to continue over the show, you trying to make something out of nothing.
Kurt asked the question. I answered the question. He answered the question.
Then I answered the question.
That's how it goes. You didn't answer the question.
No.
Okay, what was your answer to it? To the question?
That I agree with
With Manny.
Manny
And then me.
and him.
Okay, and I can't agree with y'all?
No, but the way you did, you always have an opinion. I'll come to you for opinions.
And I gave you my opinion. I agree with y'all. I have nothing to add. I've seen you sit over here in this chair and say, "Oh no, I have nothing to add." So now, what you want me to add, Jesse?
I want
you
you
trying
to-
to bring controversy. I'm not going there.
Trust me. The last thing I want to bring is controversy.
Jerry Jr. Really?
Oh, speaking of, I almost forgot.
Hey, yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Mr. Jones.
Is he Mr. Jones to you today? I'm Jerry, because you call him Jerry. Mr. Jerry Jones.
Happy birthday to you.
How old was he when he bought the team?
Like 45, something like that.
45.
45, and now he's 80,
80 years old. 80 years young.
Wow.
Wow.
He said in the Dallas Morning News article that he's gonna be running this thing for another 10 or 15 years.
I believe him. I think Jerry's going to outlive out all of us, even me. He's one of those guys. He's going to outlive me. I'm not saying that I'm hoping to live to 100. 38. Hoping to live to 100. He's going to outlive me.
He'd be a,
He is. Like, Jerry's going to be the guy that outlives everybody, and he thinks he's going to still be able to run the team at 127 years old.
he will be. If he's here, he will be.
He's never ever relinquishing power of this team.
What did Steven say once? He's running that team till he's 10 toes up.
That's what I was about to say. 10 toes up, guy.
Yeah. What do you think, Nate?
I agree with y'all. What am I doing wrong today? I followed him 2 days ago, Kurt.
right.
Whatever he said, I went along with it, right?
Oh, man.
He wanted
Look,
to talk
I'm going to turn this way. Kurt, you and I are going to do a show today.
Wow.
You and I
I
do a
just
show
can't agree with this
should
guy.
talk about
I
Zeke.
can
That
never
might
make
do
him
it.
happy.
I
can never
I
make
want
you
you to
happy.
be more engaging.
I'm engaging.
All right. Kurt,
Yes, sir.
Cowboys defense, Philadelphia Eagles offense.
Yes.
What do you want to start with? Defense or offense?
Well,
They
I mean,
rank-
the
they-
whole,
they
the
rank
whole
number 4
key to
versus
the whole
DR.
thing is stopping Jalen Hurts.
We good. We don't need
No,
you
I'm
right.
just saying.
No, we good.
They rank number 4 for.
We good. Me and Kurt,
Okay.
me and
I'm
Kurt got
sorry.
this. Me and
I'm
Kurt got
sorry.
this.
Okay, go ahead on. I'm
right.
sorry.
Jalen Hurts, how you going to stop him?
They got 9 turnovers.
It's a great question, Kurt.
They got 9 turnovers.
There's
But
a few
I-
things that I watched
what-
in film.
what-
with
what
Jalen
did you
Hurts.
watch
There's a few
by
things.
Jalen?
Kurt,
Is it the
a few things.
pass run option?
That RPO.
Okay, I figured he was going there.
That RPO.
I can read your mind.
You're just a football player, so you understand. You saw what I saw. That RPO is going to have to be top of the list of stopping this Philadelphia Eagles football team.
Yes.
Because the way that they set that up and they run it, Jalen Hurts, you hear Nate all the time talk about rookie Dak, getting back to that running.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts ain't afraid to run the football. And he ain't tiptoeing when he running. He's running with authority. He's running with power. He's running with force. He's running with intentionality. But in between that, they have these plays where at times he'll go RPO and act like he's going to run and then throw it. And so a lot of times everything is going to be based off that. And when you look at the Cowboys defensively, their aggressiveness, their willingness and wanting to rush the quarterback and get up the field, this is one of those games when you look at from the quarterback position, you're going to have to be gap and lane discipline.
Okay.
A lot of times we'll have, and a lot of the greater athletes do this, and Micah does it a lot, and Tate does it at times, where they jump the gaps, or they'll jump a gap, or they'll jump inside, or they'll jump around a block. And because they're so talented and they're so athletic, they can get away with it for most of the time because the quarterbacks that they're facing, your Tom Brady's, your Joe Burrows, slightly Daniel Jones will run, Stafford's, your Wentz, they're not looking to run. They're not looking to be forces down the football field. Jalen Hurts is.
Right.
So when you give him that opening lane, he's going to take it. So this is going to be one of those games where they have to be disciplined in their alignments, disciplined in their rush lanes, disciplined in their not jumping back and forth between gaps.
Well, you talk about gaps, but isn't it mainly the defensive ends holding the line?
No, it's defensive linemen. Because if you get caught too far inside, again, if I got a defensive end rushing outside, right, his normal rush lane, and I need that tackle to kind of hold that block and then decide which way he's going to go depending upon the runner. If he decides to go one way right now, thinking he's going to get there, Jalen's going to find that gap and then he's gone.
See, because
if
I'm a defensive tackle,
you're playing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a defensive tackle, and I'm on my guard, outside out of my guard. When they are doing that, what he's asking the tackle to do is to bump that guy, to bump that tackle, so that guard can take him over, regardless of what
bump
the
him
quarterback.
to the outside.
Turn him to the inside, because either the back is coming, because as a tackle, I'm gonna bump that guard's man and secure his block going up to that linebacker, because we want to make the defensive end wrong. If the defensive end come down, quarterback keep, because he's on the back. If the defensive end just stand there, the quarterback still give it to the running back. But if the defensive end, what is it? The quarterback keep it if the defensive end come down.
Yeah.
If the defensive end go up the field, he give it to the back.
Right.
So, but the main deal for that tackle, that defensive tackle, he got to hold water and be fighting back outside just in case he give it to that running back. Because he got to be that block, the tackler.
Do the ends need to be maybe not as aggressive as a push? Do they need to, hold a tick before they go one way or the other to make sure?
If you got great defense like Fletcher Cox, he knows this, and I'm using a veteran guy. Fletcher ain't going nowhere. If he's set and he reads that this quarterback finna option, he ain't letting them do something out there. He ain't getting blocked out of there. He fighting back to the outside so he can get that linebacker an opportunity to come down and tackle that back. But if you're a weak defensive tackle, you get knocked inside. Now my tackler's got a free reign on your play side linebacker, and that defensive end gonna be wrong no matter what he does.
Wow. Are our defensive tackles ready for this?
Yes. What I worry about now is we have to be sure tacklers, and this is where Anthony Barr, being 6'5", 6'4", 260 pounds, this is where he should be able to deal with a tackle. He should be able to come up and deal with that offensive tackle, and Big Gallimore. I don't know if Bohannon gonna be able to play.
Yeah.
So they should be able to deal with that. They know it's coming.
Yeah.
They know it's coming. But the thing is, first down is key to us.
Yep.
We gotta have a no game, a minimal game. We want 2nd and 7. We want it to be 2nd and 7 or more. 2nd and 8 will be perfect. We can hold them to 2 yards on first down, which they ain't gonna stop running. It's gonna be our will against theirs.
Yeah.
So we gotta keep them behind the chains. If we keep them behind the chains, and we will find out, can this kid really just sit back and
And this will be by far the best offensive line our defense has faced.
Oh yes, that's why I was asking you earlier.
Head and shoulders. Jordan Mailata, he practiced today.
Okay,
so he's back on the practice field today. He was questionable but he got back on the practice field today. When you look at Dickerson and Kelsey and Lane Johnson, you're talking about a defense. This will be by far the best offensive line that our defense has faced to this point in time of the season.
Yeah.
160 yards a game. They ain't gonna stop trying to run it.
Right. And the thing about them is that a lot of times when you're talking about rushing yards, most teams don't account for the quarterback rushing. Now, if you're playing Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, like that type of stuff happens. But most of the time, quarterbacks aren't that big of a run threat. This game, and I think this is when we talk about that three-headed safety monster, that big nickel, however you want to call it, this is going to be one of those games where Jaron Kearse and Donovan Wilson have to have major games for a number of reasons. I'll say first and foremost is when because it ain't going to be if, when Jalen Hurts breaks containment, when he tucks in and run, because they have designed draws for him. They have the RPOs for him. You know, it'll be a passing down or a passing play, and he'll just get to the top of his break and go, oh, I'm out. When he breaks containment, you got to be there to bring him down.
Yeah.
You can't let your eyes start looking elsewhere. You got to find out where he's at. And when he takes off, and whether that be Donovan Wilson or Jaron Kearse, I think they'll use Malik Hooker to be the free safety. Those two guys have to be plugged in, locked in, make the tackle.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to Travis Kelce, when it comes to Dallas Goedert, that's one of his main options. Okay. He's trying to find Dallas Goedert in that intermediate area all the time. So, again, he's going to scramble around at times. He's going to run around at times. He's going to try to find where's Dallas Goedert at. And then the one guy who's killed us in the past before, who's given us some problems in the past before, Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
He's one of those dual threat running backs as well. They'll hand it off to him. They'll run routes to him.
Screens.
A lot of screens to him. That's the thing. They'll run screens to Goddard. They'll run screens to Miles Sanders. They'll try to do a lot of different things to get you going. It's going to be imperative that those safeties that we use to come down, whether that's Wilson, whether that's Kearse, it's going to be extremely important for those guys to be sure tacklers when it comes to that. Let's take a break. Hold on to that. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more Cowboys defense, Philadelphia offense. We'll get to the question that Kurt has, and Nate will, I guess, fully join us in the second half of this conversation.
I agree with you.
There we go. Right here on Hanging with the Boys. Come back with us.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys. Cowboys, Eagles, heavyweight matchup coming up this Sunday night. Is it on, who has Sunday Night Football? What network? Fox? NBC. Oh, that means do we get Romo?
No, he's on CBS.
I'm all jacked
Chris
up.
Collinsworth and Trico.
Oh, that's
yes.
right, Tarico. Chris Collinsworth does a little spinning. That's cool. That's awesome. Just a little bit of news that Chris sent me over as we were going into the break. I just said prior to going into our break that this was the best offensive line that the Cowboys would face thus far. Well, their all-pro center, Jason Kelce, according to Tim McManus, who is an Eagles and ESPN reporter, Jason Kelce went into the medical tent during the open portion of practice today, not jumping to conclusions, but something to monitor. He was wincing after one of his reps during individual drills. So Jason Kelce,
It'd be a big loss.
it'll be a huge, huge loss for this offensive line, and it'll be a great benefit for the Cowboys defensively. But he went into the tent. We'll monitor that. We'll keep up with that, and we'll have more to follow up on that. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. But this segment is brought to you by Blockchain, blockchain.com. Also, when you saw earlier with the looks at the Star, they had the setup for a concert. That's why Sounds of the Star live music fans head to the Star on Wednesday, October 26th for a brand new monthly concert series, Sounds of the Star, featuring the spectacular Southern soul band Prophet and Outlaws. The concert kicks off at 7 p.m. and is free. Oh, there we go again. Free and open to the public. For more info, visit thestarinfrisco.com. You going to the concert?
I
Kurt?
am not.
No?
No,
I've never heard of the Prophet and Outlaw.
I have not either.
Are they like a cover band?
I don't know. They're probably a local. I think they're doing some local band shows out here on the plaza. Kind of an entertainment night.
Gotcha. Nate, when you talk about this Cowboys defense, they have been, I'll say this. I do believe football is a fluid situation. It's a fluid sport, and things literally change daily. But this, and Mike McCarthy's my guy. Y'all know he's my guy. Freaky Mike is my guy. I was like at the window crying when Jerry landed the plane, like the helicopter on the field. When it was actually on my birthday. It was on my birthday when Mike McCarthy landed in the Jerry copter, the Jones copter on the field. I remember sending you guys a video of it. But this complete 180 of a turn, and Mike McCarthy, like to the point where now he's like super vocal about it.
Yeah, he's saying it's been planned the whole time.
Like he's been like, even like in his reports yesterday, today, like he's been super vocal about this is a defensive team. And I don't know if it's a real thing from him or he's kind of just playing to the tone of this is what we got to do. This is who we are. This is what we got to do. Because for a guy from his days in Denver, his days in Green Bay, who didn't necessarily have the most defensive-minded teams,
right.
For a lot of times they would say, well, the Packers didn't succeed because they refused to invest money on defense. It was all offense. He's an offensive guy, has been his entire career. For him to take this complete turn in such a short amount of time, I don't know if it's revelation or is he just pandering to the media and to the fans and saying what we want to hear him say until he gets his quarterback back and then he's like, all right, now we back to my show.
He did spend that year in the barn, with analytics. Maybe.
Oh my God!
He figured it out.
The one he watched all the NFL games,
That's right.
and then he came out and said, "Well, I didn't watch all the NFL games. I didn't watch all the Cowboy games." But yeah,
I'm sure defense has always been a strong, a stress for him or an emphasis for him. But yeah, he definitely wasn't saying this before. Dak Prescott and the offense was rolling last year. So
Yes, I agree. What's wrong? What's wrong?
let me ask my question. So maybe he'll get
please.
So you're talking about the safeties. Mm-hmm. Are they going to serve like whether it's Curse or Donovan, whoever, serve like almost as a spy on Jalen? Are they going to be like can they even do that in this game where that's their first priority? I'm going to track him.
I just feel like we know who's going to be on AJ and Smith. There are two corners that have them. The problem is Dallas Goedert. Mm-hmm. Who's going to cover him? And once you tell me it's going to be Malik, who's going? J-Ron is going to cover him. Now it's up to number 6 and the other guy to bring that hammer. I don't care what no one says. If you bring the hammer, you can slow down a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And when they hit him, I ain't saying drive his shoulder into the ground, but run through him with everything you got and make sure you bring him to the ground. You know, I just ain't seen quarterbacks. They all think they tough when they can drop the hammer, you know, and he has the advantage. But I think now we have the advantage. Our safeties don't mind coming up dropping the hammer. So they got to drop that hammer because that's going to be the only, like, they can't count for our safeties like we can't count for their quarterback within our front seven. But that extra guy is that safety that can count for that quarterback.
If you're worried about RPOs and you're wanting to, I guess, make sure bring the hammer from that end, is this a game where Parsons might be a better fit at linebacker, where he's not just bursting upfield?
I would play him a little bit at linebacker too, but you know what? This team is better when he's there because the other pieces fit around that look better. One thing I think about Parsons is he one of the few guys that can be in no man's land and still make some stuff look ugly. He can probably stand there and say, you either hand it to the back, I hit him for a 3-yard gain, or you can get it and I can knock you out for a 2-yard gain. Because this dude, I seen him go from a standstill in a split second, 60 miles an hour. So he might be one of them few guys that if he get it right, somebody gonna pay.
And that's my rebuttal to that is a fully healthy Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that could be huge.
So we don't know.
We don't find that quick.
Yeah. We don't know the extent of this groin injury. And you heard him say last week in the game, Coach, I can't go side to side really well, but I can go straight. I can go up the field. Yeah. So if the groin has progressed throughout the week to get him back to that form where he's able to go side to side, then this is a guy that I think you have to you want to funnel Jalen Hurts. If he's going to run into the funnel that you now created. That's my idea of let's make him, and almost kind of sometimes you don't hear it much in the league now, but let's form a pocket for Jalen Hurts to throw from. Let's funnel him into a pocket where he has to throw from it. Let's put him in position to actually see if he is good enough, and this goes back to Nate's point, winning on first down defensively, because if he goes and gains 6 yards on first down, and now it's 2nd and 4, screens are in play, screens to the running back, screens to the tight ends are still in play, quarterback draws into the play. Because even if you get on 2nd and 4 a 2-yard loss, I like my chances on 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
So winning on first down is important, but also saying if he's going to run into a funnel that we have created defensively, and now I have a guy like Wilson. See, I don't want to deploy Barr and Van Der Esch as guys to spy on Jalen Hurts. They're not athletic enough for me.
They're not fast enough.
I don't think those guys are athletic enough to do that.
Right.
And that's why I think you'll see a lot of that, either Donovan Wilson or J-Ron Kearse playing that big nickel linebacker, playing in those situations where when they funnel it to him, those guys are short tacklers and are athletic enough to take a juke, to take a stiff arm, to have someone in space with a little bit of athleticism to corral them. But defensively, the Cowboys, you have to pick your spots to where you want to be aggressive, because too much aggressive, too much up the field rush, too much going to get the sack, Jalen Hurts is going to get out of there. He is going to run the football. So I think creating a pocket for him to throw from, and maybe a little bit of what they did to Dak in his earlier years, saying, let's see if this young boy can beat us from the pocket. We don't want him running and scrambling. Let's make a pocket for him to throw from, and let's take our chances with that.
I assume that's pretty tough to do, though, creating a pocket like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
first down.
I mean, a lot of it has to do just with gap integrity.
Gap integrity, yeah.
You know, lane integrity, gap integrity, and understanding that I can't get greedy. I can't be peeking, and if you guess, you gotta guess right. You gotta guess right. And everybody ain't built to guess. Like I said on the show a couple weeks ago, it's like, hey, Trayvon Diggs, he could guess, right? Because sometimes when he guess, he for sure going to get it. Anthony Brown, you ain't good enough to guess. You ain't good enough to be super overly aggressive. You're just not. Micah Parsons, you can guess.
Right.
Because you do have the athleticism and the eliteness to, when you guess, even if you guess wrong, to get back and recover and either make it a loss or a very minimal gain. So certain guys, you can't have a bunch of guys guessing or being overly aggressive when you're playing an athletic quarterback.
Can you maintain gap integrity when you're also like running stunts and playing games and all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Because all those things are assigned to put you in a gap.
Yes.
Again, when you come off, you can't bounce over another gap.
Yeah, you just got to get.
If your gap is that gap, you got to come that gap. Because when he sees stuff like that, he's looking to get out of there. All right, let's take our final break. When we come back, we'll put a wrap on Cowboys defense, Philadelphia's offense, and what's today? Thursday?
It is.
Man, this week is flying by.
It's Philly week.
Philly week. I hear about flying by. It's moving briskly.
Everything I've read about Philly, all the website, everything. It's Cowboys week. It's Cowboys week.
Why don't everybody say
us, man?
You don't hear that here. You don't hear Eagles week.
Why do they say that? I hate that.
They hate us.
They hate us. Yeah.
Well, they hate us because they ain't us. Peanut butter and jealous. We'll be right back after this break. Hanging with the boys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back. Hanging with the boys, Cowboys, Eagles, Philly week? No. This is another game to us. They say that to us. We don't say that to them. Your boy, Jason Peters came out this week, and he had his comments about what Philly is. He said the fans, they have no camaraderie. They use a cuss word in there. The fans are something. I can't say that word here. I don't say that word on a normal basis anyway. But Kurt, you put in there, do you think that Jason Peters, is he one of those guys who can have a input in the game plan of what Philadelphia might be doing offensively? He's been a great teacher to Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith, yeah.
Will he be able to go to those defensive guys and say, hey, when they call this, when they check to this, when they do this, when they do that, is that something that you think he'll be able to do as an offensive lineman?
He can tell them what he see on film, And if it's a player that's still there, what he would do in certain situations.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, he
played against him too.
He was Jalen Smith. Oh, Jalen Hurts left tackle. He was a rookie, correct?
Right.
His first year there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he knows Kelsey. He knows Johnson.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's one thing to look at the film. Like I could tell you about Charles Haley. He gonna do this from practice, and then when you face Charles Haley in the game, it just don't seem to be the same. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can get a little tidbits, but you better be watching for yourself and understanding how your technique can nullify and slow down this guy on the other side. So, he can give you a little, hey, when he put his hand this certain way. But you know what? Charles was so smart. So he's like, okay, you know what? This dude been practicing this. I'm going to give him this look here. Let's see what he can do with this. Yeah. So you can help a little bit, but in the large scheme of things, it come down to you as an individual player studying, taking in all the information and how it fits you and what you can do.
We always just assume that these guys that come from other teams will help our guys out or whatever. But, I mean, Peter spent 10 years with Kelsey or Lane Johnson, however long. I mean, do friendships override teammates sometimes?
Now, if you can give a little help to one of your teammates now, you give that little help.
Yeah.
And thanks to Keyshawn destroyed my ability, my thoughts about quarterbacks. Keyshawn Johnson, when I heard him say, you know what? For all you fans out there that think that every quarterback's smart, you got it wrong. Every quarterback is not smart. Every quarterback cannot remember all the plays. Every quarterback cannot read every coverage. And a lot of them have to be told what to do.
That's true.
That's when Keyshawn said that, because Troy was smart, Steve Walsh was super smart, Danny White, the guys I played with, they were smart. Berline, they was smart. So Jason Garrett, they were all smart. And then for Keyshawn to say that, and then he's like, I'm not going to call names because I'm still friends with some of these guys. I'm like, wow.
No, I've heard that.
So
I've heard that same thing.
If all
too.
quarterbacks not smart, and I look at myself and Mark Stepnoski used to help me out. There's some dummies in the NFL.
It's amazing what a lot of talent will do for you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's not being smart. It's probably just the dedication to study. Probably is the
bruh. Everybody ain't smart.
Nate, one thing I do want to talk about, Nate, and
that?
And Kurt, you put that in the notes, was the way that this team, Philadelphia, runs the football. They lead the NFL in runs up the middle. And that's a combination of running back, that's a combination of Jalen Hurts, 63 runs up the middle. For as long as I've been doing shows here with you, you've always asked for a big greasy. One of those big guys in the middle that can clog up two gaps.
Yes.
Requires a center guard combination block, to hold that block really, really long before you go to the second level. Has the Cowboys filled that gap of having someone, in the middle that's going to be able to negate a rushing attack? Because you look at Miles Sanders, he's the fourth leading rushing in the National Football League.
423, 24 yards, 4.8 average, yeah.
So do we have someone in that middle that's going to be able to be there consistently? Because this team, they're not going away from the run.
Nah, man.
Like, you talk about a commitment, they are going to commit themselves to the run. And they're going to test every nook and cranny of that defensive line to see where they can find a mismatch. And right now, they feel like we got it. Now, that may change if their center is not playing on Sunday or is hampered in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. But do we have that on our defensive line kind of secure right now, or still a work in progress?
Bohannon, is he healthy? Is he going to play this week?
I think he was a full participant yesterday in practice.
Because he has shown early in this campaign this year that he is willing to eat up those blocks. Osa is a penetrator. And Gallimore has shown that he's willing to do it now because that gets him on the field a little bit more. Tristan Hill is doing what he does, but I'm telling you, we need Bohannon. But I'm with you, Jess. This is gonna be they gonna be like, man, we coming at y'all. We gonna do if they got that little super robotic guy up in the middle, yeah, Mr. Perfect Technique guy, Jason Kelsey, the podcast star with his brother, the other Kelsey. Yeah. If that little robot is in the middle, it can be some damage done. That dude is for real. He used to be just a guy that pulled, got around quickness, hook you. Now he mashing down on folks, man. I mean, I guess he got that old man strength now.
You think they'll if Parsons is lined up at end and he's nursing a groin, you think they'll run at him?
See, Lane Johnson, he's one of them, you got to show me. I see your speed. I understand you the fastest man in the world, but you got to show Lane Johnson. You got to show him more than once. So if young Parsons get a chance to run by him, son, get everything you got to get by him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, he gonna talk to you.
What about in the back end, Kurt? When you look at the newly acquired A.J. Brown now in the conference, and I might put A.J. Brown, and I put A.J. Brown as the best wide receiver in this conference. They also have a really good right runner in Devontae Smith.
Yeah, he's fast, huh?
So that back end, while they don't, I'm not saying they don't take a lot of shots. They do take some shots. Their down the field passing game comes more off of the scramble than it does, set up, drop back 5-7 steps. I'm letting this thing go.
Yeah. Intermediate game is nice.
Yep.
Is it?
Yes, and I know what you're trying to say about deep balls, but when you a big body like A.J. Brown and the route running of this other kid, just keep doing what you're doing. This is what I believe, Jesse.
The children are our future?
No, that you don't have an eye in your Jesse. This is what I believe, that you don't have an eye in your Jesse. But Brown and that other kid, Smith, you can find an eye in them because they gonna break them routes off, bro. Believe that. This kid is a man. Full
A.J. Brown.
grown. Yes, sir. He don't. If Diggs comes to him talking about, man, I'm gonna lay hands on you, he gonna be like, where you want him at? You know what I'm saying? Where do you want to put him?
He reminds me of the physicality that Deebo Samuel brings.
Yes.
A.J. Brown does?
A bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
A bigger, yeah. Like A.J. Brown, he's a physical guy. Like he wants to be physical. He can go up and make the contested catches. It's going to take all of Trayvon Diggs when he does catch the ball, when it comes time to bring him down. It ain't gonna be no.
He got to be in his wanted to tackle mode.
Yeah, Devontae Smith might kind of get what he can get and then get down, a la Marvin Harrison.
Right.
A.J. Brown ain't.
Yeah, Smith's a little, huh?
Yeah,
well,
he ain't little. He's tall and
he's skinny.
Yeah,
6'1", 170.
Yeah, he ain't packing a lot of punch in his pockets, but A.J. Brown is.
These are the type of games. See, that's when these early games remind me of the old East. Nope, none of the receivers are just outstanding. But the majority of them, they don't mind mixing it up. Mm-hmm. The tight ends don't mind mixing it up. And this is game, like, okay, what are you going to do, Brown? When A.J. Brown come over there and see his cousin, Brown, he going to say, son, really? Hey! Jalen, roll out to this side so we can work this side of the field. I'm just being honest. Is I'm wrong?
No. You have to test it. You have to test it. You gotta.
Brown will have to be physical with him.
You're gonna have to make sure that you up for the challenge because these dudes are gonna come at you, and that's where if the Cowboys win this game, Jalen Hurts' stat line is going to be, I'm going to sound like Nate. I'm going to sound like Nate. If the Cowboys win this game, it's going to be reverse kind of what you say. And Jalen Hurts would have had to pass the ball plus 25 times.
Ooh, you think we can survive that?
If he's passing the ball plus 25 times, we win.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get away from that running game a little bit.
Yeah. If we've turned him to a passer, we win this football game. Yeah. I think that's going to be key. But again, that comes.
But see, I'm scared of Brown.
Yeah.
I'm scared of Brown.
I'm timid of Brown, but I'm still not a believer that Jalen Hurts is an accurate passer for 4 quarters.
Okay.
He's had some throws in these last couple games. He had a pick 6 against Jacksonville. Had some other ill-advised throws in the last couple games. He's thrown the ball around the park sometimes with a ball that shouldn't have gone.
He ain't got but 2 interceptions now.
I know.
He ain't got but 2 interceptions.
But he's had some that should have been.
4 touchdowns.
It's kind of like what Cooper Rush has been. He's had a couple that should have been intercepted. That was for sure should have been intercepted and wasn't. So he'll have an opportunity sometime. He'll work himself into a situation where he'll throw a ball where it shouldn't be thrown.
Yeah. So I worry some. There's a little bit of controversy, it sounds, or they're trying to stir it up in Philly because Brown only had like 3 catches last week and only played like 70-something% of the snaps, like way below what he usually does. And so it's all this talk about, are they good? So I wonder if they're going to be
trying to get him the ball.
We're going to feed Brown, in this game.
I don't think they work that way. I don't think Philly works that way. I think it's game to game because I think Brown is mature enough to understand that it just may not have worked his way. Mm-hmm. And Mike Irvin was slick like that. When he didn't get enough balls thrown his way, he'll pull his little media boys to the side and they'll slip something in the media, you know what I'm saying? And Mike see Troy. Troy, what's
accusing
up,
Mike
man?
of using the media?
Yeah. Mike Irvin? Oh, yeah. See, when I do that right there, it ain't because they was finger licking good, because Mike used to in a different way, all right?
And that will end our show.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Nate.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Kurt.
I agree with you, Kurt. I agree with you.
Appreciate you, Chris in the back, Bro Will.
Bro Will.
Jazz, we appreciate all of you. Most
Bro Will to
we
get some meals over there. I think he's taking food home. Bro Will be had 8 boxes.
And he is big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he got to be feeding the family.
Hey, do what you got to do, brother.
Hey, I guess you like Jesse parking at the hotels for free.
Bro Willie, I'm sorry, Bro Willie. He's no Bro Will.
Bro Willie. Yes. Willie.
Willie. All right, we're out of here, man.
Said Willie. You, Willie.
Willie.
Willie. We out of here, man. Same time, same place tomorrow's Hanging with the Boys.
The Star.
We out.
Happy birthday, Mr. Jones.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
Happy birthday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.